to your side, a push on my foolish pride. I'm out of my mind. I'm down from the endless high. Don't know who's losing, who's bruising, who's choosing to stick it through. So we fight with fire. Still on a wire. We fight with fire. Burn with your lies. You bleed with the tears I cry. Don't know who's losing, who's bruising, who's choosing to stick it through. So we fight with fire. Still on a wire. We fight with fire. Still on a wire. We fight with fire. The more we sin, the more we win. The more we wish we kept the quiet, the less we.
Hey, good morning, good afternoon, or good night, depending on what part of the world you're in. This is Gorgo 2005, welcoming everybody to the channel today. We have just a really light 19 in chat right now, other than myself. But welcome to everybody. Glad to see you here. I ended up getting my drops early today from THF, and I ghost shipped the whole way because I was away at my usual Sunday morning festivities, and I got all 5 of my drops in already. So I would imagine that's where a goodly part of the Sunday crew is hanging out. Not an unwelcome thing, but just an observation on my part. And I can see, yeah, Breeze 837, I think that is a good piece of advice that iRock gave you on using Killabrew. Hopefully, like I said, I hope he does better than he did for me. The main reason I had him in there was because of his ability to play right field as well as first base and or DH, that sort of thing. Multi-positional versatility and a good strong bat, but only to a certain point. And then once he stopped producing for me, then we put him on the bench, and he's been there ever since because stronger cards ended up coming along. Well, anyway, folks, here's what the plan for the day is. I plan on taking you through the 3 teams. 2 of them will be postseason post-mortems, and the third had a somewhat shortly aborted playoff push, and we will get into that too. But in any event, why don't we go ahead and get into the game and see what's going on with the 3 teams. Then we'll do some historical happenings, and then we will do some other stuff perhaps, and then take a look at our 25 standard pack giveaway. The 25,000 perfect point giveaway that we do on Sundays has been replaced by 25 standard packs. OOTP asked us affiliates if we would go ahead and transition over to packs instead of perfect points. That it fits, I guess, my personal guess, even though they did not explicitly say this in their request. I'm guessing that there's a certain budget of perfect points that they give out over the course of a game cycle, and we may be approaching, if not already having gone over, the perfect point threshold for this particular place in time. Now, DishNet gets to keep his perfect point giveaways on Call Your Shot. That's not affected by any of this. So if you're worried about call your shot at this particular juncture, I wouldn't be concerned about it, because the last time I saw him, he's still giving away perfect points, and that may be where OOTP is putting all of its budget, because that's a long established giveaway, and I don't see that one changing myself. Just my own personal view. I don't see that changing in the near future, if not long-term future. But anyway, let's get into the game and see what we can find out here, okay? Because we only have about 7 minutes until our first ad break. And it'll be a very light ad break with, now we have 37 folks in chat. And I'm looking at my third team right now. And this might be the best one to take a look at first, because this was my shortly aborted playoff push. We'll see what happened with these guys here. And I'll get in there and spam another Iron Best of 5 while I'm here, because you can't win them if you're not in them. And I'll take a few seconds after it does this little snap right here. I'm going to take it back up to the top, let it sit there for about 30 seconds, and I'll tell you what these guys have been up to. In case you missed it, this third team under my number 3 account used to be called the Finneytown Juggernauts, but the Juggernauts are no more. They have been replaced by the Finneytown Wildcats, which used to be my number 2 team in OOTP. My number 2 account of the 3 accounts that I'm allowed to have with a single site, with a single license of OOTP 23. So team number 2's name changed to team number 3's name, and team number 3 is now the Wildcats. They were the only ones of my 3 teams that managed to make some playoffs, but they got eliminated in best of 3 in a wild card round. And we'll take a look at them in just a second here. Bear with me. I think we've made it past our 30-second threshold. Yeah, I'll get to spam a third one here before too long. So let's jump in and see what these guys did. And I get to buy another pack while I'm in here too, because remember, this team remains in a pack-only state. So we are using our treasury to buy packs instead of buying cards in the card shop. We do not buy cards in the card shop. We depend entirely on what we get out of the packs, including any mission rewards that we might get. Oh, we are going to do, like I said, let's see. Let me see what else is going on in chat real quick. Okay, nothing new, nothing new, nothing new. I see Laptop Hound in there. Good to see everybody. Oh, it won't sync my cards. Okay. Let's try it again. Some good chill music there. And if I get another sync error, I think I'll enter another Iron Best of 5, because it looks like I am newly eligible to spam a third and final quick tournament. So anytime now, game. So the regular season news on the other 2 teams, including my theme team. Yeah, okay, there we go. Let me spam a third tournament here. Iron Best of 5. There we go. Let me try a log out and log into a different account after I buy a pack, if I'm able to do that. Let me do just that. Let me go into this one tournament here, my longest running one, which hasn't been running very long at all, because you can see I've got consecutively numbered tournaments here, 41, 42, 43. So 41's hardly gotten off the ground, if indeed they haven't gotten one game in so far in round 1. But I can get in there, I think, unless they give me some more sync errors. And if I get more sync errors, then I'll just log out of this account altogether and log into something else. So we are waiting to see. Do I see the blue circle of doom? No, I do not. I see that little unwelcome piece of news. So let's get out of here. Let's go see what the main team is doing, if anything. because actually their season is dead. If you remember yesterday's stream, we looked at these guys and they were flirting with relegation. So let me see here. Ace of bronze. I can spam a third one here. They will let me do that. All right, so let's go in and see what is going on with my team. I started the day with 4 packs. I ended up only after what, getting 54 packs the day before yesterday. Yesterday I only pulled in 12, and 8 of those got opened, which left me with 4 to start out this morning. So those 4 plus the 5 drops I got from Tranquil Hill Farms' stream took me up to 9, and that's where I'm currently sitting, waiting on DishNet to do the Perfect League World Series tonight, and I get to pick up 5 more if I got my head game on straight, or my game head. Okay, so we're still okay. It's still not doing anything for me. Let's try it again. I hope it's not getting ready to crap out on me here. Okay, here's the point where it either gives me a sync error or I see the blue circle of doom, which tells me I'm about ready to go in. And I see no blue circle of doom. So come on, game, let's go. I'm not liking the way this is going. Hey, do we have a brand new follow? Hey, THF, thank you so much for your raid on the channel with your 66 viewers. Thanks again for the raid, and welcome to the raiders here. That takes us up somewhere in the neighborhood of 100 or so. Yeah, we're sitting over 100 right now. So welcome everybody, and thanks to THF. I hung out in your stream while I was off doing my Sunday morning festivities. I'm sorry I had to ghost ship, but I couldn't be in 2 places at once. I can't sing in the choir and be here minding the ship for watching your stream. But I did get to ghost ship with you because your stream started just before I had to leave home, and I didn't get back in until I got back home, and by then I'd already gotten my 5 drops and I had to start getting ready for this. What else have we got? There's our first ad break getting ready to come up. So why don't we, while we have a fresh brand new audience in the house, let's take a quick ad break, and we will be right back after this word from our sponsors. And in the meantime, while you're on your ad break, I'm going to be trying to solve this card sync thing, okay? We'll be back in just about a minute or so. Take care, and we will hear from our sponsors. Here we go. Okay, gang, we're back in again after the ad break, and I'm trying to get past the sync errors, and if we can't get past the sync errors, then I'll go ahead and do some historical happenings, a little out of schedule, a little out of kilter, but we can handle that, I think. If it's going to persist on giving us sync errors, I can do other stuff, and it looks like we are stuck there. And from looking at chat, there's lots of people. Yeah, sink or swim there, EVC. Ha ha ha! I like it. I like it. Sync errors all around. Everybody's getting the same error. I'm getting it from Laptop Hound and Doom OG and EVC and Mr. Reed. Okay. Okay. Oh, Mr. Ree. I see. My eyes aren't too good. I should know that that's Mr. E, Mr. Ree 16. Okay, with the LOL. So we appreciate folks chiming in. Let's go ahead and see if they will at least let me do an historical challenge here, so that we can try to get our pack that we're allowed one of every 72 hours. So this will give me a little bit of content for a few minutes anyway. So I've already got my era set, and I've already got my season set. 1927, I'm going to play as the Yankees as usual, because I haven't done any of this since Wednesday night, Thursday morning of this past week. Because you're only allowed to get one challenge pack in this fashion every 72 hours. So I try to keep it consistent. I go every Sunday, and then I go again in the middle of the week. So it's Sunday, middle of the week, Sunday, middle of the week. So I always have a 72-hour window on any side of any pack that I earn. So I try to build in that 72-hour cushion, which, for those of you who may be a little bit mathematically challenged or don't want to do the long multiplication, or the long division, I should say, it's 3 days, 3 complete days of 24 hours to come out to 72 hours. Okay, so I do that little bit, and then I keep on going, keep on ticking. Okay, so I'm going to take today's date, 2023, in year, month, day format. 01, today's the 15th, and we will go once a virtual month on the auto save. Nothing too much new in chat, except I guess it's the sink or swim, just as EVC said. And I always choose the Yankees in 1927 because they pump out achievements. Achievements are what drive the free pack. Any achievement that you earn has the potential of producing that pack for you. And we will be able to tell right away if and when we have earned a pack, because it produces a non-standard box for awarding you the pack. You'll be able to see it right away. Okay, we're going to configure the continue button. Uncheck everything and change this drop down from 1 day to 1 week. This way it simulates an entire week at a time every time I hit the continue button. And let's go on, and let's hit it, and one more time. Okay, now it's going to simulate days up into opening day, and it will stop when we're ready to start playing baseball. In 1927, the playoff format is very, very simple. The winner of the National League plays the winner of the American League in the World Series, and that is it. One playoff series for all the marbles. And we're trying to get the one magic achievement somewhere that's going to generate a pack. Every so often you run into a case where you have to do it multiple times. Very, very rarely do I need to go beyond 2 times in a row to try to get that one pack. I think there's only been maybe once or twice in this entire game cycle since the challenge packs became a thing. Oh my, okay. My alternate Twitch account reset itself. Hang on a second. Okay, nothing new there. Okay, good. Okay, we're ready for opening day. But I think only twice at most I've had to go beyond 2 consecutive tries to finally get myself a pack in my grubby little dirty fingers. Okay, so we're getting ready to start baseball. Watch how quickly a week of baseball transpires. Boom. That's an entire week for all of Major League Baseball. So I did get an achievement, no pack yet. So we'll keep on moving. I'll end up with a lot of stuff here in the middle of the screen that I have to click through. Okay, 3 more achievements, no pack. Continue on. I either get personal messages or achievement boxes that I need to click through to move on. Okay, 2 more achievements, nothing behind them. There's another one. That one didn't generate a pack either. And no achievement that week. And none that week. Okay, one more achievement. Nothing behind. Oh, there's a personal message, but I don't pay attention to those because my interest lies 100% in getting the pack and not in playing the base game on an historic basis. I'm using the base game on an historic basis to use it for other means. I'm co-opting the process, so to speak. Come on, Yankees. Okay, we got 2 more achievements on base streaks. And I end up getting an entire week's worth of achievements at once, since I'm simulating an entire week of baseball. Every time I hit the continue button, I'm getting a week's worth of achievements. And that week, I got none. Okay, no. All right, keep going. And look how far we are into the season. We're already into the middle of July. Season's going by pretty fast. Nothing that week. Nothing that week either. So maybe with a little luck, by the time I get done earning a pack, there's my pack right there. I have earned the pack. So I would dare say it's either going to be the next achievement or the one just immediately prior to this that earned me this pack. And I would say it's probably this one right here. The On a Roll achievement is the one that got me that pack. So let's continue on. Now that we have our pack, it's basically a case of playing out the season, getting through the World Series, getting through the postseason awards, and then we call it quits on this account. So now that I have the pack in hand, I could care less how the Yankees do. They could lose out every last game remaining in their season, and it would not affect me in the least because I already have that pack. But I'm still getting achievements, which is not a bad sign. They're having a decent season as far as achievements go. All right, nothing that week. And we only have a couple of weeks left, if that. Babe Ruth's 400th home run. That one always turns up in 1927. Okay, this I think will be our next to last stop for regular season play. This one should be our last week. And there we are, the end of the season. Urban Shocker got the ERA crown. Babe Ruth is the home run champ. Tony Lazzari is a 2020 player, 20 home runs at least, and 20 stolen bases. And we're going to the playoffs, okay? And which consists entirely of a World Series. Hey, good afternoon there, Revan fan. Good to see you. Okay, so here we go. We continue on. We start a World Series against our crosstown rival, the New York Giants, a Subway Series that happens on a fairly frequent basis. So they came back from 3-2 down to win the last 2 games and knock us out. In real life, in the 1927 World Series, the 27 Yankees swept the 27 Pirates 4-zip in winning the World Series in 1927. Okay, so I'm ready now to fast forward now that the World Series is done, and it'll allow me to fast forward here. I'm going through to December 4th because that's when all of the postseason awards will have been awarded and any additional achievements that go along with that. So if I've not yet gotten a pack, if I had not yet gotten a pack, I would be pinning my hopes on those postseason achievements, aka postseason awards that generate achievements to give me my pack. And sometimes, and I can't tell you how many times because I've lost count, on that very, very last set of achievements and awards, like these guys got, well, I have earned a pack. There have been times when I earn a pack with this last set of achievements, and if I don't get the pack even at that point in time, then I do a re-roll on the entire season. So, but we are done with this. Let's see if our sync errors are at an end. So are we still in sync, or are we fully in the tub? We'll find out. Other folks still getting sync errors? I hope not. Oh man. Looks like I'm going to get another sync error. Normally by now I will have seen the blue circle of doom. Yep, sync error. Blast. Okay, let me try my luck with a tournament and see if I can get into that. Because I'll tell you, without getting into a team, I don't have much content to throw at you guys. If I can't get in, then we'll deal with it as best we can. And I can maybe tell you in a nutshell how things went, because I have already been able to look at everybody. And I know how my seasons ended. Okay? All right, here we go. This main team of mine, the Flames, that are in Diamond 356, they were flirting with relegation as of yesterday. It came down practically to the last game of the season. We had a 7-game road trip against teams within my division. I had the, oh gosh, I can't even remember the team's name now already. I'd have to be in there to give me a visual clue on the team that I played. But they also won our division. I had to go to their park for 4 games, and I lost all 4 of them. Okay? And I went to the next team, the I got to remember now, EIENTAIEI, I think, Ente Rabbits. Okay, they're in my division. I went to their park to play the final 3 of the season, lost the first one, and that extended my losing streak to like 6 games in a row I had lost, including the 4 at the first place team. And then I went to into the Rabbits' home field, lost the first game, but I won the second one. That second game is what clinched my survival in Diamond. And as it finally turned out, they won the last game, the last sim of the season. But that game that I had won in the next to last sim of the season saved my rump by the hair on its chinny chin chin. If my rump had a chin, then that's the hair that we won by, or won survival by. I avoided relegation by that one single game, and I was occupying the very, very top slot, hovering above the drop zone. So that's how the Flames ended up. So we do get to survive and play yet one more Diamond season. Let me try one more time. So I have a feeling. Okay. Oh, Mr. Reed, I'm your brother in non-relegation. Your brother by another mother. Thank you. And Mr. Reed survived by 2 games. Okay. TJ wants us to watch the Bills and Dolphins game, because right now the Bills are kind of taking it to the Dolphins. Last time I saw, I think it was something like 17-zip when I came in here to start the stream, and I was busy finishing up some lunch and also some supper prep. I'm doing some keto meatballs that we're going to use with some non-sugar added marinara sauce and put it over some low carb pasta made from edamame seeds, or that is edamame pods, I should say, or whatever, or beans, edamame beans. Okay, so the pasta is a low carb pasta that's only like 7 grams of carbs per serving, which if I budget for it over the day, see, I try to limit myself to 50 carbs, 50 grams of carbs a day or less, and this uses up 7 of those 50. And I think I've used up maybe 10 so far on the entire day. The marinara sauce will have a little bit in it, and the pasta will have a little bit in it, but the meatballs are made from, instead of the ground beef that the recipe called for, I tried using some ground turkey, which has no carbs in it in and of itself, but there is almond flour that goes into the meatball recipe. I've already got the meatballs baked. They are done. They are ready to toss into the oven again. But when I toss them into the oven again, I will top them off with the no sugar added marinara sauce that I get from Prego. I like their sauce better. Prego's no sugar added sauce. I use an entire jar of that stuff, and then top it with some freshly grated mozzarella, which I have a couple of blocks. I think they're like maybe 8-ounce blocks of mozzarella. I'm going to shred up one of those blocks and top the marinara sauce with the shredded mozzarella, stick it back in the oven at 350 for about 10 minutes and just warm the stuff through. And while the stuff is in the oven, then I just do my pasta and I'm ready to go. And we're ready to serve supper. So if I can get out of here a little early today, it wouldn't exactly break my heart, but I really feel badly. We have over 100 people in chat, and I feel lousy stopping the stream. But if I can't get into the game, there's not much I can show you or tell you or do. Okay. Maybe do some more historical challenges on the other accounts. That might be about it. Some good sacks there. Okay, I'm still getting the sync errors. Let's go ahead and move to another account where my theme team is. Let's go to number 2. We'll do an historical challenge over here. I've got another ace of iron that I can spam, so let's do that. Come on, game. Are they doing a server reset? Hard to say. Okay, let's try it again. Stuck in California, baby. Oh, okay. Is that already? Oh, I see. Okay, it was signing me up. Let me try one more time. I like that tune. Yep, I can see what you mean there, Teddy. Oh, I didn't expect Miami to do very well in the cold either. Josh Allen. Oh, Josh Allen has 3 turnovers already. I think I've missed every last one of them. Oh, it's Miami 24, Buffalo 20. Yeesh. That would be a major upset of major proportions. Okay, let's go ahead and do an historical challenge on this account. The same way we just did the other one. And if we get nothing more done than just 3 historical challenges, that may be all I'm restricted to do, because my game is tied up and my streams are tied up in perfect team stuff and historical stuff on Sundays. And I could even do my giveaway, because I am giving away 25 standard packs today. The 25,000 perfect points is a thing of the past. We are doing, at the request of OOTP, 25 standard packs instead. And for those of you who came in late, Dishnet and his Call Your Shot are going to, to the best of my knowledge, remain with their standard 25 K for build a lineup card, 15K for a live diamond, that sort of thing. Perfect points will remain on Call Your Shot. But for the rest of us affiliates, we're being asked to transition to perfect packs. For every 1,000 perfect points we would give away before, we convert each 1,000 perfect points to a standard pack. So since I was giving away 25,000 perfect points a week, now we can do 25 standard packs instead. Okay, so now let's do the date, 2023-0115, and it is now 3:35 p.m. And we'll simulate, or we'll auto save once a virtual month. Okay, keep going. Say hey there, Cheese Truck. Good to see ya. Yeah, I see what you're saying there, Revan Fan. I'd argue the 25,000 perfect points is quite a bit more useful, but they're asking us to do the packs. And going back to the my reasoning on it, though I've not really heard this officially. What my best educated guess is that they have a budget of perfect points that they try to go by, and they each pack is presumed to have a certain amount of perfect points, and then perfect points are perfect points. So it could be that they figure that packs are worth less than 1,000 perfect points on average. So that would be from my best frame of experience. That I can tell you that for a fact. That's why I never buy packs with my major teams that go out and do stuff with their perfect points, as opposed to buying packs like my packs only team does. They use all their treasury to buy packs. The other two teams, including this theme team I'm on right now, they use perfect points to buy whatever it is that they desire. And I feel a good old-fashioned sneeze coming on. There we go. That blasted some ears out. Sorry about that, folks. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're going to change this drop down to 1 week. Okay. Oh, yeah. Revan Fan agreeing with me there on the budgeting of the perfect points and how they're figuring them out. Okay, so we go ahead and continue on, and we'll get this pack lined up fairly quickly, at least I hope. I hope that somebody is working on the sync errors right now. So if I have my feelings right, they could probably use a server reset here or there. Just my best guess from 25 years in the IT business. Whenever we see programs misbehaving, somebody would call tech support, and the standard tech support answer was, "Have you tried rebooting?" Or one particular tech's standard response was just plain, "Shut up and reboot." That guy that did the shut up and reboot business took retirement the same day I took mine, on the 30th of October 2015. So the department lost collectively about 70,000 or 70 years of collective service to the company. Okay, so we are moving on. Okay, 2 more achievements. I had 25 years and the other guy had 40 years of experience. So that's actually only 65. Yeah. Let's say, yeah, 65 years of experience. My mental math kind of failed me there. Okay. Have you tried turning it off and on again? That's the same thing as a reboot. Or nothing is turning on. Have you checked to see if it's plugged in? Oh, it's not plugged in. Okay. Have you tried turning it off and on again? Yep, 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 yep. Number one rule. Now, the crazy thing is, we had a good laugh in the department once because one time the fellow who was the head of the tech department couldn't figure out what was wrong with his computer because he religiously left it plugged in and always running and turned on. He couldn't get the thing to come on. Turns out that somebody running a vacuum the night before got into where his computer was plugged in and accidentally unplugged it. So that was the last thing that he looked at when he was trying to figure out what in heck is going on here. Have I blown a power supply, or have I done this, or has that happened? No. The person who swept the floor unplugged him by accident. So it happens. And Reverend Fan says, I build computers pretty regularly. You can't count the number of times I've forgotten to flip the power switch on. Yep, yep, yep. That one happens. When he says PSU, that means power supply unit. Okay? Oh, come on, game. Give me some achievements here. I need to get a pack. All I'm clicking through down here are personal messages. I don't want personal messages. I want achievements. Because achievements give me more chances to win a pack. If I don't get more chances to win a pack, chances are I have to repeat this whole thing. Even though I've built a healthy lead in the American League. Okay, finally, an achievement. After how many weeks of nothing? Because every time I hit that continue button, it's an entire week of baseball. Okay, nothing there. And look at, we're already into August now. Don't have too many more chances left to get some achievements. Because we play a week at a time, remember. Oh, it kept shutting down while gaming? Okay. Replacing the power supply and air cooler for a friend's computer tomorrow? Okay. Kept shutting down while it was gaming. Was it overheating by chance? Sounds like it was overheating. Okay, and there is our next ad break. So I'll take a very brief respite here in the middle of this historical challenge simulation where we're doing the 1927 Yankees, and we will do ad break number 2. So here we go. A quick word from our sponsors. Please stay tuned. Oh my, so Reverend Fan is telling me the story. Okay. Oh, it was running at 90 degrees centigrade under load. Oh my goodness, okay. Oh, the power supply caused it. It was called, okay. Very old unit. Okay. Mm-hmm. Excellent. Okay. Glad to hear you got to the bottom of that one. You saved your friends some grief and hopefully some money. Okay, so we are in the World Series already. I went ahead and fast forwarded a little bit and went through some more weeks of simulation. The Yankees are in the World Series. We do not have a pack yet, but they are getting ready to finish up what I hope is a World Series sweep. And I've forgotten to even take note of who their opponent is. But when we got to this break right here that we're currently on, they were ahead 3-0 in the World Series. And they ended up taking it from the Crosstown Giants 4-1, 4-1. So we will get some more achievements here at the end of the World Series. And there we are, and still no pack yet. But I have to wait for it to finish with the blue circle of doom. So we go ahead and click on nice. And we hit this little piece. Now we fast forward to December 4th. And if we don't get any pack at the end of the postseason achievements, then we have to redo the whole thing. But in between attempts, I am going to try to get into the game. Look at my pack. I got my pack. There we go. Postseason achievements got my pack for me. Okay, so any one of these achievements could have triggered that. Babe Ruth got MVP, Herb Pennock got the Cy Young, and through my great managerial skill of clicking a frickin' mouse, I was manager of the year. Dutch Reuther was the great bat as a pitcher, and Mark Koenig at shortstop got a defensive award, a golden glove, so to speak. So we are done with this one because we got our pack already. Let's go ahead and see if we can get into my theme team. And I'm going to keep my fingers, toes, elbows, eyes, and everything else I've got that I can crossed. Let me spam another Ace of Iron tournament here. Come on, game. Wow. Okay. I'm looking for Ace of Iron. There it is. And there. Come on, I clicked you. Let's do it. There we are, finally. Okay. Yeah, okay, I got the right one clicked. All right. Okay, let's see if I can get in this time. I hope. Yep, that's an interesting little IT story there, Revan fan. Now, the guy you're looking at here on this end of our online festivities, I was a software guy. I was a coder. In fact, I was good enough at it that they decided to put me in charge of coding projects. I was a project manager in terms of applications. So, strictly a software guy. I knew enough about hardware to be dangerous, if you know what I mean. And what did I do once I got retired? Just out of the blue, I decided I was going to enter a contest on Twitter. NVIDIA, the graphics card company, was having a giveaway on Twitter. And I think they were looking for the 10 best sob stories of people with outdated equipment that could use a graphics upgrade. So I think I evoked enough tears of sympathy with my particular entry. I was one of 10 worldwide winners of about a $280, $300 graphics card from NVIDIA. But the problem was this graphics card did not fit into the unit that I possessed at the time. So I decided then and there, well, if I'm not going to waste $300, because I'm not going to waste this much money, I decided, okay, maybe it's time for me to start trying to build a computer. So I did a build, and that's the machine I'm using right now, folks. Using one that this old software guy built from scratch, but I had a lot of help in the form of how-to videos. And I'm here to preach the gospel of Paul's Hardware. Paul's Hardware. Paul''S Hardware on YouTube. This guy had the definitive how-to set of 3 videos that I started following back in the spring of 2019. It was February and March of 2019 when I followed those videos and built this sucker from scratch. And I was able to do just that. And I haven't looked back since. I've got what I also used was something that his YouTube video pointed me to, and that's a website called PC Part Picker. PC Part Picker. If you turn on compatibility mode, you choose your motherboard first, okay, or you choose your processor first. Turn on compatibility mode after the first part that you want to do your build around. Turn on compatibility builder, and it will allow you to take a look at parts that fill the bill and go with the part that you originally chose. Like in my case in point, I chose the graphics card, which was an AM4 or I think like maybe 6th or 7th gen Intel. I've lost track of the Intel generations. But whatever was equivalent with an AM4 on the AMD side, on the whatever Intel equivalent what there was to that, then that's what motherboard I would be allowed to go with. But then after I chose the motherboard, whether I wanted to go with AMD or go with Intel, then I went ahead and got myself an AMD processor, which was much cheaper and much better bang for the buck than Intel was back at that time, back in spring of 2015. It's the 17. 2019. Lost my years. But anyway, once I got that thing set in there in PCPartPicker.com, then I just went ahead and chose memory that was compatible with my processor and my motherboard. I chose a power supply that was compatible with everything. I chose all kinds of things, including my. I decided to go with a fan-based cooler as opposed to a liquid coolant-based cooling system. I got me a fan-based cooler that goes on top of my CPU, and thermal paste holds it down, and some good well-placed bolts that screw it into the motherboard, and also through the one hole in the case, it allows me to do a pass-through to the back side of the board and hold down the cooler and the motherboard at the same time. So I was able to do that. So I did everything from scratch, and doing tests as I went along the way. Paul's Hardware had a series of 3 videos that got me through everything from cradle to grave, including getting the operating system installed, making sure that I had my BIOS loaded with the most recent BIOS firmware, the whole shenanigans. I had everything lined up, and the videos helped me get through all of that, and I cannot recommend that Paul's Hardware channel enough to anybody and everybody who wants to get into a computer build. Okay. Alrighty. So let's try getting in. Oh wait, I got another ace of iron I can spam. Let's at least allow for that. Down here. Oops. There we go. Do that. And what did it do to me? Let's try this again. It didn't pick anything. Let's try it again. Ace of iron. Okay. I'm beginning to think there could be I don't think it's client issues. I think it's server issues. Nothing new in chat, but then I don't have anything new to present you either. Look at what I picked up in terms of packs since just yesterday, and this is on my theme team. I have picked up, since yesterday's noon to 2 p.m. Eastern Time stream, 2 10-pack wins, a 5-pack second place, and 2 3-pack semifinal losses. I've picked up 31 packs since yesterday. And look, I'm in. I'm on my theme team. Let me show you the story on these guys. Okay. They had a similar story to their diamond brethren, the Flames. This is my theme team. It's a Reds or Cincinnati area theme. You have to have worn a Reds uniform or been involved with the Reds organization at the major league level. Okay. You can't. The LA De La Cruz card that I would love to be able to use on my theme team. It's a future legend card, but he's never made the big league team yet. So I can't use that card yet. Okay. So that kind of kicks that card out. But anybody else who's been involved with the Reds Major League Baseball organization, including one of their radio voices, Waite Hoyt, was he did his pitching with the Pirates and with the Yankees, but he was the Reds radio voice. So that's why I've got up here at the top of my starting pitching, there's Waite Hoyt sitting there. What's Sandy Koufax doing here? He pitched baseball at the University of Cincinnati. He played his college ball here in Cincy. So he's on my theme team. That's a second connection. You could be either in the Reds organization, you could have played college ball here, or you could be a native of the 8-county area in and around Cincinnati. 3 counties in Ohio, 4 counties in Ohio. That would be Hamilton, where Cincinnati is, Claremont off to the east, Warren to the north and east, and Butler to the north. Okay? Then as you go over into Indiana, there's 1 county over there, Dearborn County in Indiana, and DBS Pod. Thank you so much for your follow on the channel. You should be, I believe, follower number 830 is what you should be, because we started the day with 829. You should be follower number 830. So thank you so much for your follow. We greatly appreciate it. Okay, so, and speaking of follows, hang on a second. I missed a follow from yesterday. Hoss McKay Fabe. Thank you for your follow. I just now saw that before I started today's stream, and there were some people after you that I was able to thank, but I did not see Hoss McKay Fabe. And I need to thank you for your follow and give you a shout out as well. Okay, shall we go? Somebody was talking about their pack winnings. Okay, Twan LX 2000 had cards sinking out of sync earlier. You did enough to return to Diamond League after your first exile of the year. Ouch. Okay. Might as well add to the trophy case. Good luck. Hope you get it. Okay. Yep. There you go. Right. Yep. Waite Hoyt. Okay. So I'm caught up on chat. So this is my theme team. I want to pick up some more target cards. I've already picked up Ernie Lombardi, and I put him in as he's a high gold card. He's an 89 at catcher. It was kind of a fine line between the 89 Ernie Lombardi and the 91 Ed Bailey at the second catcher. I've already got the Cooperstown Club Johnny Bench as my first string catcher. But I had Ed Bailey in there before, but I decided to replace him, the 91 card, I replaced him with an 89 card for a couple of reasons. Even though, some people would like to prize a little bit better overall catcher ability, Ernie Lombardi has a much better catcher arm, and he has a much better bat. His BABIP and his contact made Ernie Lombardi. No, he's not an 89, he's an 87. It made me choose that 87 card over the 91 Ed Bailey. So Ernie Lombardi will get to start out next season behind the plate as Johnny Bench's backup. So some other cards that I'm shooting for, Ted Kluszewski, I think, who is a Plat 4. And there's another Plat 4 perfect that I would shoot for, and that is Wade Hoyt's perfect card. Okay? I would love to have Wade Hoyt's perfect card. I don't even have his diamond card yet. But I don't want to spend the perfect points on the diamond card if I can get the perfect card first. So I'm saving up my perfect points. I'm sitting on 67K right now. So I'm saving up to get some of these cards. Whichever card happens to hit the availability market first and hits my price range first, that's the card I'll get. So I've already got Ernie Lombardi in house. He was one of my target cards. I've got Jim Bunning, who qualifies for the theme team on two different fronts. He grew up in Southgate, Kentucky, which is in the Cincinnati metro area. I've got 3 counties in northern Kentucky. I've got Campbell, Kenton, and Boone counties in northern Kentucky. And his Southgate, Kentucky, that he hails from, is in Campbell County, in the southern end of Campbell County, but the town he was from was called Southgate. So southern end of Campbell County, he's still in the Cincinnati metro area, so he gets to play on my theme team. I want to have his perfect card. I want Ted Kluszewski's perfect card. I've already got Ernie Lombardi. I want to get Wade Hoyt's perfect card. And if and when they ever come out with a Pete Rose card, which I kind of think they may be hanging on to later in the game cycle to come up with, I want to see a Pete Rose card unless they aren't able to do a Pete Rose card because of licensing issues. We have yet to see if that's indeed the case or not, but I'm kind of holding out some hope to see if a Pete Rose card does not or does become a reality. So we'll see. Okay, something new there. Oh yes, I got a sim that just came in, but this team doesn't count because I forgot to show you how they ended up with their season. I gave you a little bit of a hint that they ended up very much like their diamond brethren, the Flames. And the name of the team, it started out being the Marauders, the Cincinnati area Marauders, but I decided to change that from Marauders to Ma Redders with capital R-E-D and a capital S in there. If you see the uppercase, lowercase down here. Last place in the division. I was 22 games under 500, tied with these Marble Mallards. But take a look right here at the standings. And we're looking at promotion relegation. And what is it? The Marble Mallards and myself ended up 2 full games above the drop zone. So I survived in bronze, so I'll get to come back to bronze with my theme team and a theme team based league. Not everybody here is a theme team, but most of the teams are. You'll see TTC pretty much all the way down the line, and anything without a TTC you can assume is not a theme team. Okay, but anyway, that's what we ended up with. They ended up 70 and 92. So let's get out of here. I've already got you caught up on their packs. I want to get out of here, and I think I'm fully spammed on tournaments now. I want to double check that real quick while we're back here on the start screen. Yes, we are fully spammed up. Let's log out and let's go back to the main account and see if I can go in and show you what happened with that number 1 team in Diamond. Okay, I'm fully spammed here on tournaments. Now we're hoping, be able to get in. I picked up another pack somewhere. Where did I pick up that extra pack? I don't think I finished a mission. And I had all my drops in. Huh. Oh, unless there was maybe a login reward that I'd missed from yesterday and it didn't update until I logged out and logged back into the account. I can double check that once I get in. What do we have? A brand new follow? Oh my, Moonberry in waiting. Thank you so much for your follow on the channel. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Where did I get that 10th pack? Look at the transaction history. My wife will answer that. Oh, my challenge pack. Duh. Okay. My challenge pack is where that 10th one came from. So she's going to answer that because it's a 513. So yeah, there's my 5 drops that I got from very early on in the day, and I was already gone for the whole morning. And there's my challenge packs. There's 6 of them, and then I had 4 historical packs from mission rewards after yesterday's pack rip. When I got some missions done, then I was able to do just that. And I ended up, in case you missed it yesterday, I had 4 diamond packs and a perfect pack at the end of my stream when I was pack ripping. My very, very last diamond pack had a perfect card in it. And who was it? Live Trevor Stephan. Okay? Then I turned around and got to my perfect pack. And what was that? Live Trevor Stephan again. This one right here. I ended up quick selling him. Okay? So I got the same perfect card twice in a row in back-to-back packs. So the record was stuck a little bit. I wasn't able to move it off of Trevor Stephan. Which reminds me, I'm ready to bet that I've got a card order still out there for his other perfect card. No, it looks like somebody must have bought that other one. Okay, let's see. Do I need to adjust anything? Yes, I do need to adjust some things. I'm going to go 1,049 on this Corbin Burns. And then I'm going to adjust this 549 because the lowest sell order is now 495. Let's go 449 there, and I'll beat that sell order. Okay, because it's a silver card. That is a silver card on Jerry Benjamin for the Negro League missions, okay? So he is adjusted, and Corbin Burns is now adjusted. I may, if this card doesn't sell by later on today, I'll probably go in and cancel this sell order and turn around and quick sell him and do something with the treasury. Because I'm sitting on close to 90K right now. I'm ready to bet that Trevor Stephan that we just saw in the transaction history, that was the one that I had up for sale. It wasn't a quick sell. That was the one I had up for sale because I started the day with 60-some K, and I'm sitting now on 88K, so yeah, that's how that was. Okay, Jerry Benjamin just sold. Let's go. Alrighty, so we only have the one left for Corbin Burns, and hopefully he'll sell before very long. So yeah, we're going to have probably over 90K by the time we are done selling cards. Now, I can maybe take a look at some missions and see where I can maybe get something done without getting gouged to death. This Always Sunny only has 1 card to go, and the card holder is gouging with the price on this. The Spud Davis card. And that card got sold for well over its value. Yeah, his last 10 price, his L10, was only like in the 20,000s. Somebody spent 60K, 3 times L10, to get that Spud Davis card and get this done. Only, and if we back up a little bit, the entire mission reward is a silver pack, a gold pack, and an historical pack. No way 60K is worth all that junk, okay? 60K for those 3 packs? I don't think so. That's why I refused to buy it. Even though it was within my perfect point means, I did not go there. I did not take it, okay? 1927 Yankees. Yep. Yeah, you've already missed it there, okay? Moonberry in waiting. He's been waiting for Spud for so long. That was a horrendous value there, Revan fan. But somebody paid it. Somebody paid it to get that card off the market. They were asking 60K for a 20K card. It was ridiculous. Or redonkulous, depending on how you look at it. So there was no way in holy hell I was going to do any of that stuff. because yeah, those 3 packs were not worth 60K to me. So I'll wait for either one to show up in a pack of mine or something else. But now, the Southpaws in Relief, I might try to get this John Franco card. He's only a 99 card, but he's got some decent numbers. And this was after John Franco left the Reds and went to the Metropolitans. Because this card is pretty doggone solid. And I only need... I'm well within means I can buy the last card that I need, because I only need like 50 points, 50 perfect points to get there. So I'm looking for 45 or 50 to finish out the mission. So let me go ahead and we'll kill the cards that I own. I could easily like sell one of these cards here that are worth 45 points or more. This is a 45-point card. That's a 45-point card. That's a 45-point card. I can easily afford it. Okay? But it's over twice L10. It's over twice L10. I can't buy these 2 cards because I need 45 points, and these are 20 points each. And that would get me 5 points shy, so that would be a waste of perfect points for me. Okay? So if I try to look at cards with sell orders but hiding cards that I own, I still don't pick up any lower value cards. I don't pick up any lower value cards that might make these 40 points worth of cards here. The Mossy and the Howe card might make them worthwhile. If I had another card down here for a low amount of perfect points, I'd be tempted to go ahead and finish out the mission with those cards. But I don't have the cards. So I got to try to do it via here. Okay? And I've got to do it with one of these 3 cards right here, and it would look like that 58.5 would do it, except the 58.5 is over twice L10, and I don't feel like going for the gouge. I am not doing it. Okay? Okay? Revan fan said, okay, Tim Gross is saying pretty much the same. Got your last PS4 diamond today. Ooh, great job. Okay, then you pulled Jeter out of a perfect pack. Nice job there, Tim Gross. Congrats on that. Congrats on that. Spud is also in the Yaz Triple Crown mission. Oh, yeah. I see. That might make it a little bit more worth the 60K. There, Cubs fan 23, Steve. Interesting. Interesting thing. But yeah, still twice the L10 I don't think still cuts the mustard for me. So I'm not going to go for any of these 3. I'm not going to go for any of the 3. The 58.5 would be the most attractive in terms of perfect points, but it's over twice L10. There's a buy order out there for higher than L10, for crying out loud. So anyway, we'll see if anyone gets one and puts it out there for a little bit less than practically 60K, then maybe I go for it. But anyway, that's what team number 2 was up to. And we have, I looked at my watch, I'm saying, when the heck is the ad break? When's the ad break? There's the ad break. We just heard it. So ad break number 3 coming up. Let's go ahead and do this thing, and we will be right back after this word from our sponsors. Please stay tuned. Okay. Somebody put up in there in chat that maybe these gold cards are 25 points each. Ooh, you know what? They are. That 50 points is enough to get me over the top. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. I automatically thought that if it was a gold card, it was only 20 points. I can buy those two cheaper. Let's do that. Let's do that. Thank you so much for bringing that to my attention. That's going to make it worthwhile. That's going to make it worthwhile. Let's go ahead and do this thing. Even though this one here is about 2,600 over L10, we can afford it. So I'm going to get Johnny Franco in house. And he's going to pitch on my... Oh, no, he's not going to pitch on this team. he may pitch on this team, but do so as a 99 card, as a 99 reliever. Because I'll tell you why. Trevor Hoffman sucks in Diamond. Papelbon pretty much sucks in Diamond. Dennis Eckersley is about the only ace reliever that I have in my stable of relievers that I think I can trust to be on my nasty boys. Lee Smith does pretty well. Raleigh Fingers does pretty well. Tug McGraw is out of the picture. He doesn't cut the mustard anymore. So I need to get me another reliever that may have a chance of getting a good season as opposed to somebody who's not having a good season. Okay, now let's go ahead and submit this thing, and I'll get me a Johnny Franco and another pack, a historical pack or hysterical pack, depending on how you look at it. Okay. Tropical Love, here we go. Nice track, I like this track. Okay, so we're up to 5 hysterical packs and 6 standard packs, 11 total. Looking good, looking good. Now, let's look at the league standings here, and you'll see the skin on my rump that I escaped the drop zone by. 1 game. 1 lousy game. That 1 game that I won, take a look at my last 7 games of the season, or really my last 8. If I start all the way back here, my last 8 games, I lost the first 6. This was the last game of my homestand. Then I started a brutal, and I do mean brutal, road trip against 2 teams in my division, including these guys, the Grand Rapid Rippers, who ended up in 2nd place. They are former Diamond champions, these guys are. And the team that won the division, I think they were 2-time Diamond champs from before. We'll take a look and see how they're doing in the rest of the league here. But this game right here, the next to last sim of the season against a team that ended up down below me in, they ended up getting relegated, and they were also below me in the division. I came in 3rd place in the division. These guys came in 4th, and there was another team that came in 5th. I'm pretty sure that I got that right. But we'll look at that in just a moment. So these Yainte Rabbits, I won this next to last sim, and that right there, that win allowed me to avoid any sort of even close to a statistical tie for a relegation spot. So that 1 game right there, that 1 win allowed me to stay in Diamond for yet 1 more season. So let's come out of here and take a look at the home screen. We'll see who won the division. And who won the division? The Webster Grove Supercells that belong to Go Cubs Go 16, who we might know in Discord as Go Cubs Go 16, but I think they may have a different name. Let me see. Let me run to Discord real quick, and I can maybe tell ya. Okay. Where's the post that I saw from somebody that had Supercells in their name? Okay. Where are they? They were there. Oh, there we go. Chicago fan in St. Louis. Chai fan in St. Louis has supercells in their name. So let me see. Is there anything like a pseudonym or whatever behind that username? No, there is not. Okay, not that I can see. But anyway, I don't know if these are the supercells that ended up winning my division. They are former Diamond League champions. So it's a big old GG's for them. They won their division by only 14 and a half games, folks. Grand Rapids Rippers came in a very distant second. And everybody else in my division missed the playoffs, I do believe, with the exception of the division-winning Webster Grove Supercells. So that's the skin of my rump, or the chinny chin chin of the skin on my rump that I survived Diamond one more season by. Let's get out of here and go see team number 3. And if we have enough time, I think we can do another historical happening over there. Do another historical challenge, get another pack over there. Because these were the guys, we started to take a look at them, then got distracted. I need to pick myself up. Yeah, right. Yeah, I tried to get in there to take a look at them, but I couldn't because we were still getting the sync errors. So I'm doing Iron Best of 5 with this squad. This is a packs only team. So let's get into here, and we should not be seeing sync errors now, as we've already proven on 2 other teams. So I'll be able to show you how their aborted playoff run went. That they got beat in a best of 3 in the wild card round and lost the last game, I think, by 3 runs, if I remember right. Yeah, they lost 6-3. They lost 6-3 in game 3 of the best of 3 wild card round. So these are now my Wildcats. They used to be the Juggernauts. Now they are the Wildcats. And what I want to do is take a look at the league standings, and you'll see that we ended up... Oops, hang on a second. Standings, not playoffs. Here I am over here. I was the only other team besides our division-winning Los Angeles Babes to make it to the playoffs, and I got knocked out. If we look at the playoff tree, back over here, I played the Clifton Carnivores, and they took that game 3 in the wild card series off of me by that 6-3 final margin. But they turned around and got swept in the division series by the Los Angeles Babes. And these final 4 teams here have now earned promotion up to silver from bronze. So that's where everybody is at. We're in a bronze league, bronze 255, which is different from my theme team bronze league, different number. But let's see if anybody is still riding the wild card magic, and I can already see it. Over here, this Murrieta team, for not wanting to get into PG-13 or R-rated territory, I will not read that name, the full name. But Murrieta, they took a 3-1 division here, or a decision here over the Hertfordshire's Hornets, and they were the wild card team. The Hornets were. So the Murrieta team, they get to move on for the right to move on to the World Series, playing against the Los Angeles Babes. So we have the top 2 seeds going at it to determine a World Series participant on this side of the table. Over here, these are both wildcard teams. The London Lightning started out in the wildcard round, and they made it through the division series, and now they will win promotion up to silver from having made it this far. The final 4 teams will earn promotion to silver. And the Atlanta Blaze, same thing with them. They started out as a wild card team, and they are also going for a World Series spot. So we are going to have at least one World Series, or one side of the World Series that is occupied by a wild card starter. and these guys over here were division winners that were the top 2 seeds in the conference, and they had the bypass, or they had the bye for the first round. None of them started in the wild card. So anyway, that's where we're looking in this place here, where my number 3 team, now used to be the Juggernauts, now it's the Wildcats. They are now here, and they remain packs only. And speaking of that, I can go buy myself another pack with that 1K of treasury that I saw that I had. So we will go pick up that, and that'll get me to 14 packs here. And this is only since yesterday's pack rip that I picked up all these packs. So 14 on this account, and what is it, 30 some on the other account? I think that's where I'm sitting. I think the last I looked at the other team, it was 31 on my theme team. I have 31 packs to open up there. So I've already got 45 packs on my alts. And we're not even to Monday yet. And the next trip is going to be on Wednesday. So having 40 some packs to start with, holy moly. The main team, the Flames, they've been kind of sucking when it comes to earning packs. The last day, they only got 12 packs yesterday, and we have 5 drops already today. And I hope to get 5 more drops from DishNet tonight on the Perfect League World Series. But I have gone practically totally dry on tournaments. I had a 5-pack. Well, no, I take that back. I had a 3-pack. Was that right? I got to think about this for a second. 5 and 3 and 4. That's how I had my 12 packs from yesterday. All I got yesterday in tournaments was a 3-pack semifinal loss. I had 5 drops, and I have 4 mission packs that were all historical packs. So 5 and 3 and 4. That's how the 12 was made up that I earned on the Flames yesterday. And I got that boosted by 5, so they're now up to, what was it? They got 10 packs now on the day. We opened 8 of those 12 packs yesterday that we earned yesterday. 8 of them got opened on stream. That left me with 4 to start this morning with, and I got my 5 drops from today plus the 1 challenge pack. Boom! I got my extra pack. So we can go. I think the team number 3 try to do an historical challenge over there, and then we should be just about ready to come back here and do a 25 standard pack giveaway. And I might end up calling my stream off a little early because I do have a little bit more to do in the kitchen. I need to get the meatballs out of the fridge and put them in the bottom of a baking dish, which they already are, but I'm going to siphon some of the grease off of the meatballs. I put it in the fridge to harden up, not only to keep the meatballs fresh, but also to harden up the grease so that I can kind of scoop it off there. It will solidify from being in the fridge. So I'll get the grease out of there, and then I'm going to pour in some marinara sauce. The Prego brand, no sugar added marinara sauce is what I use, and then I'll I'll grate a block of mozzarella cheese and sprinkle that over the top. Bake it at 350 for about 10 minutes, just enough to melt the cheese, and then put that over some keto-friendly pasta, the edamame pasta that I was telling you about a bit ago. I think it's like Kroger's Simple Truth brand edamame pasta that I'm using on this. That's 7 grams of carb per serving, and I can even afford to go 2 servings today, and maybe bump up my meatball game a little bit. But the wife asked for spaghetti and meatballs, and she's getting spaghetti and meatballs. All right, and I'm going to get some pasta in, even if it isn't regular. I guess you would call it semolina pasta. It's going to be edamame pasta. And the wife has had this before. She likes it. So all she wanted, I think, was the meatballs marinara more than anything. She has a taste for some Italian goodies. So we're going to give her some Italian goodies. And no, I am not of Italian heritage. Thank you very little. Okay. Or else I could give her some other Italian goodies, but that's another story. It's legal. We're married. Okay, let's get out of here and go see what team number 3 is doing on the tournament front, because I think I may still have another iron best of 5. Okay, I can do 2 more here. And I can't really do the second and third one until I get this one filled up. So let's go ahead and do our hysterical challenge over here and earn pack number 15 on this outfit. And then we'll start thinking about a perfect point giveaway, because if I can get to the kitchen a little early today, that'll help bump up my kitchen game a little bit. So let's go ahead and go in and do this pack. Happy wife, happy life. There you go. H. Rolf Cracky, you bet your booties. Okay. But no, I'm proudly Scots-Irish. And the old family joke is we don't tell what brand of scotch was involved in the process, but Scotch-Irish is what I claim to be, with a little bit of English thrown in. My direct paternal forebear came over from England by way of Scotland back in the mid-1800s. So we have done due diligence on our genealogy. We know pretty much where we're coming from. I've not been tempted to get one of those DNA testing kits. Nah, don't think I really need it. So I trust the family history that is told to me otherwise. If I would be told that I've got a little bit other heritage in me that would not be English or Scots or Irish or whatever, then it would be a bit of a surprise, but kind of a mild one, because I already know from existing genealogy I can go back several generations and not leave the UK, Scotland, Ireland area on both sides, because my mother was a McConnell, so she had the Irish, and my dad, of course, was by the same surname that I share, thank goodness, but his was English, and we came across in 1850 on both sides of the family. In the 1850s, both sides made it over here. My mom's side and my dad's side both came over then, and we could go back a few generations before that, before they came across the pond. We were able to keep our tabs pretty close, and we don't go outside of the area unless we go back further than those generations that we could find. Okay, let's hurry up and get this pack going here. 20, 23 0115, and let's see, it's going to be 4:32 p.m. Eastern time, and we'll simulate autosave once a month. Now let's go ahead and keep on going. We'll get our third pack in here. This is about all I can afford to spend in terms of historical happenings. And then we'll do our 25 standard pack giveaway. And we will send you on your merry way to somebody if we can raid them. And if we can't raid them, then we'll just say sayonara and goodbye from here. Sayonara is an ancient Scots-Irish term that goes back even further than my generations go. If you believe that, there again, I have some land in northwest Arkansas I'd love to sell you. Okay, now we get to configure, I should say. Uncheck, 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 uncheck. 1 week, 1 week. Okay, move on. Continue, continue. And we simulate up to opening day. Kusai Onara. Real Tedio. My Japanese or Asian vocabulary is kind of limited to something that I learned when I was in high school. That an informal greeting is Ohio. That's the state I'm from. Ohio. That's about the only Japanese I think I know. Now, I did study the. I took great pleasure in reading, if you're familiar with the fictional works of an author named James Clavell, Clavell. He wrote the book called Shogun. He had another book called Taipan. And I loved both of those books. And I learned whatever other Japanese that I knew from then, from that particular period of my life, came from that, or those two literary works. And they served to be very enlightening in terms of several different fronts. Shogun, yes. Heath DG, me too. Shogun and Taipan. Yep. Okay, let's keep on moving. And Shogun also made for one hell of a TV miniseries, starring Dr. Kildare, Richard Chamberlain, as the male protagonist. Okay. Let's see if we can get ourselves another pack here, shall we? Nothing yet. And Tedio hasn't read Shogun since college. Of all the craziness, I read Shogun when I was in high school. I was kind of a self-directed reader, and I read a whole bunch of stuff way before I ever had to do the same sorts of works in my high school days or in my college days. I read the Diary of Anne Frank as a 6th grader. I got a pack. There we go. Okay. Because I was a little bit ahead of the rest of my class, but we did not have, not that I'm bragging or complaining, I'm just stating fact. I was maybe a level or two ahead of the rest of my class reading-wise and also math-wise. When I was in 5th grade, I took a standardized math test, and they told me then and there that in 5th grade I was capable of doing 10th grade math. Nobody else in the class, or so I was told, got above 6th grade. They did not go above 1 grade ahead of where we actually were. I was 10th grade, 5 grades ahead of where I actually was. So those math abilities kind of stuck with me. And my reading abilities, they came along at a rather early age. We didn't have kindergarten where I grew up. But I had a sister who loved to play teacher, and she taught me how to read before I even started school. And my parents would take me places, and just if they wanted to show me off, they would hand me a newspaper at the tender age of 5 and say, "Okay, read this." And I remember one word in particular. I read every word on the headline of this one newspaper. I read every word except for this one long word that didn't make any sense. Began with K and ended with a V. After they told me the word, I never forgot that word. I could say Khrushchev for the rest of my life. Seeing it on site, I could tell you, Nikita Khrushchev. I could read the Nikita part because I heard that one on TV, but I did not put the K and the V, beginning with the K and ending with the V, as because the way they pronounced it on TV was Khrushchev. So I'm looking for an F at the end. I saw the K, but I didn't see an F at the end, so I did not understand that. And that once they drilled it into me, that word is Khrushchev. or Khrushchev, and I kind of had it after that. But at the age of 5, I was pretty much reading. The sister who was closest to me in age, who just turned in early January, she just turned. Got to think about this. She just turned 77 or 78. I forget. I think she's 78 now. So she's pushing 80. Okay. Let's see. She should be. Yeah, she just turned 78. Because when I was born, she was 9. Okay. Or no, she was 8. She was 8 when I was born. So yeah, so she is. Yeah. When I turn 70, she will be 78. Let's keep going. We already have our packs. We don't have to do anything. And all of my sisters, of whom I only have 2 left, she's one of my 2 sisters. And then my second oldest sister, who is 85 or 86, they're both great grandmothers. In fact, all of my sisters, including the 2 have since passed on, have 3 generations following them. These were all great grandmas. We're just about through the season, and we are through the season. There we go. So let's go ahead and get to our World Series. We're playing the Cardinals this year, or this simulation. Ooh! Cardinals came back from a 2-1 deficit, won the next 3. They won the World Series, but I don't care. I have my pack. So I'll get a few end-of-season achievements, 2 of them. And then I'll do my postseason achievements via the play button. And I fast forward to December 4th. Get some postseason awards. And then I'm out of here. Then we'll go do a 25-pack giveaway. How's that sound, folks? I cannot what? Cruise chef. Yep. It's not 1 pack per team. 1 pack per team. Oh no, it's not 1 pack per license. It's 1 pack per account, or 1 pack per team, Teddy-O. Every 72 hours. See, I just got myself 1 single pack out of each one of my 3 accounts on the same license. So it is per team or per account. And you're allowed 3 accounts, and perhaps even 4 if you go to do an historical game. If you have OOTP Go and you have a 4th team, you might be able to get another pack out of them every 72 hours. I've never tried it because I only use Go not to create a 4th account, but I use it to keep track of my other 3. So I don't use OOTP Go to its max, its maximum potential. I don't use it. I don't use it for another team, but you're welcome to try it and maybe report back to the group and let us know how the heck you do if you try to get a pack on OOTP Go on a 4th team, if you're able to do that. But I think that experience would tell me that you should be able to do just that. I would hope. Okay? So we are pretty much done here. Oh wait, I've already done my end of season awards. Let's get the heck out of here. And let's get back to my main account, and we have another ad break coming on, and by the time we get back, we will be set up for the final little bit of the stream, and we will do our 25-pack giveaway. Okay, so here's our final ad break, and when we get back, we will do the giveaway. Here we go. Be ready. Stay tuned for this word from our sponsors. Okay, gang, we are just about ready. Let me get to OBS here, and we will switch out to the screen we need to be on. There we are. And I need to go to Stream Elements and get ready to start up this giveaway. All right. So the giveaway name has changed. It's no longer a perfect point giveaway, but it's a 25 standard packs giveaway. And the winner will receive 25 standard packs from OOTP, because they're the ones that are supplying the goodies. Okay, here we go. Shall we get started? I need to give you the ground rules first. I almost got ahead of myself. Ground rules are exclamation point enter in the chat or exclamation point ticket in the chat. Don't use both, only use one of the two. Do not put a number after the command. Exclamation point enter or exclamation point ticket. If you put a number afterwards, even though Stream Elements it instructs you at the beginning of the giveaway to put a number after, don't do it. It will kick you out. I wish I could edit that text in Stream Elements, but I have no way of getting to that stuff. Okay? Not yet. Okay. Thanks for the follow there, unsanitary. Ha ha. I like it. I like it. Okay. So it's exclamation point ticket or exclamation point enter, but I have not started the giveaway yet. I have not started it yet. Okay? The giveaway is not active. I'll tell you when. You'll see it in the upper left-hand corner up beyond my picture on the screen right now. If you go looking for it, it'll show up. Okay? We're about ready to start it. We'll let it run for a couple of minutes. Exclamation point ticket or exclamation point enter. Don't do any more than one thing and only do it once. And no number after the command, whichever one you use. Okay, here we go. We're going to start the giveaway now. And you look in the corner and it'll tell you how much time has elapsed. It looks like it started me 20 some seconds in. We're going to let it run for 2 minutes and 15 seconds. But we have 10, 11 people in already. The way you see other people doing it is the way you need to do it. And I'm looking to see if I catch anybody making a typo. And if I do, I'll try to bring it to your attention. Because that does happen from time to time. Only 18 people in the entry so far, and we have about 1 minute and 15 seconds left. We're up to 19, 20. Okay, there is 1 minute left from right now. We're up to 22 entries. Cubs fan 23 Steve is our one and only, I think he's either a 4 or 5 time winner. I've lost count. I have absolutely lost count. But of the 101 people that are in the channel right now, we only have, 24 entries? Balking Dead. I wonder who that guy is, Mr. Audit. Are you in there too? The Balking Dead. That's a cool team name too, by the way. Unrivaled by very few. Or except by very, very few. Okay. There's D. Goist and M. Beacon. KK Fitz. KK Fitz is one of the guys that knocked me out of one of the only 2 Diamond World Series I was ever in. His team got to go to Perfect League and my team didn't. Okay, let's go ahead and call it quits. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We are closing the giveaway right now. 27 people are in the giveaway. So one of you lucky 27 is going to get even luckier and win 25 standard packs. You ready? Okay, let's get the drum roll cooking here. Eleanor Frisbee, congratulations, you have won 25 standard packs courtesy of Out of the Park Developments. Congratulations, Mr. Frisbee, or Ms. Frisbee, depending. Okay, you count 31 in chat. Oops, you counted 31 in chat, but only 27 of them made it in. Because I have to go with whatever Stream Elements tells me. Okay, I had 27 people in there. Let's see. There might have been some typos in there, is all I can figure. But Eleanor Frisbee, I'm going to be shooting you a. Oh, Mister, thank you. You got me straight on that, because the first name would kind of lead me astray. Mr. Eleanor. See, because these days, in terms of political correctness, I have no idea which way to roll. Given prototypical first names and last names, that sort of thing, I really don't care what side of the ball you're rolling with, but just as long as you help me clarify it, I'm glad that you're able to give that to me. So thank you. So here's what I'm going to do. Eleanor. I'm going to go to Twitch, and I'm going to shoot you a whisper. So please be on the lookout here. I'm going to shoot you a Twitch whisper, and in there I need for you to give me the name of the account that you want your 25 standard packs to go to. Okay? Okay. Oops. If I can spell. Okay, here we go. You should see a Twitch whisper either just to the left of my picture in the top right, just to the left of Get Bits, or down at the very, very bottom, you should see a purple bar with your name on it. Two different places you can catch a whisper. Got it. Okay, bear with me just a second. You're welcome anytime there, Eleanor Frisbee. We appreciate everybody being in the channel and everybody taking part in the giveaway. Let me go to Twitch, or to go to, not to Twitch, but to OOTP, and do a very, very quick verification on that to make sure that we are good, that we're on good ground, that I'll be able to give OOTP the correct stuff, because there have been times when I've asked for a name and it didn't show up in OOTP. Even though I trust you 100%, I promised the OOTP folks that helped me out with this that I would verify each and every account name that is given to me. So bear with me, please, while I go look that up. I had to wait for a sim to come in first. There, the sim is now fully in. Now let's get to managers and rankings, and we're looking for... Okay. And there you are, the Canterbury Tales. Okay. Yep, got it. Capitalization is correct in everything there, Eleanor Frisbee. So thank you so much for coming in and spending time with the old fart today, everybody. We appreciate all of you being here today, and especially to our brand new followers, DBS Pod in there, Unsanitary, Moonberry in Waiting, THF for his raid, and we already caught everybody before that, including Gristle Whistle and Family Guy 0395 and Haas McKay Fabe and Breenick 1107. We caught all you guys on yesterday's stream. So thanks to everybody, and we will get ourselves out of here. And in the meantime, it's Gorgo 2005, rounding third and heading for home. Have a great rest of the day, everybody. Don't forget to tune in to DishNet 34 tonight at, I would say, approximately 6:30, 7 o'clock, or maybe 7:15 or so, because that will be his stream of the Perfect League World Series, and you can get yourself 5 more drops. They should be silver drops from the official channel. So thanks again for spending time with the old fart. We'll catch everybody later. I'm going to check real quick and see if we got somebody we can raid into. So bear with me a moment. We appreciate all of you guys being here. Okay, I'm going to look for a raid partner. And if we can raid somebody, we'll raid them. Otherwise, we'll just say sayonara and be done with it. Okay, game. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, man. There we go. Paul Sporer is on right now. So we're gonna raid Paul Sporer. Okay? Be ready. Okay? So, take care everybody. We'll catch you all later. We're going to put the raid together. We're accumulating people right now. We're going to raid him in about 5 seconds. And I will be saying sayonara. We have 83 people ready to go over to see Paul Sporer. So thanks again, everybody. Catch you later. And we'll see everybody on Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And in the meantime, I'm going to go hit the kitchen and get those meatballs a cooking in the oven. Okay? So thanks again, everybody. Take care and bye-bye.